Hello, hello. Welcome back, TikTok. Welcome. Let's get the party started. Today is party day. Party day, party day. It is party day. So here we go. Let's go. Yes, today's the day. Today makes 11 years. 11 years. The doctors told me that I was going to need to make funeral arrangements because there was nothing more or less they could do for me. So today, what are we talking about on today's Daily Bite podcast? Join us. Go ahead. Make sure you're engaging with your host. All right, guys. When she knows what she wants from her time. We are celebrating today. Come on in, celebrate with me. Today makes 11 years. 11 years that I was told 11 years ago. Nothing more we can do for you, Michelle. Make funeral arrangements. We're going to put you on hospice care. That's what they said 11 years ago. We're celebrating today. Come on in and join the conversation today. Make sure you're engaging with your host and following your host today. They told me I could not ever live again. And I'm still here. 11 years today, guys. Come on in and join the party with us today. Hello, hello, Miss Rebecca. I see you. I see you. All right. Today's topic. I got a good topic for you guys today. So come on in and join us. Come on in. Today's topic. Oh, it's a good one today, guys. We're going deep today because it is my 11-year anniversary today that doctors told me I was not going to live any longer. They were going to put me on hospice care. So today is party day. Hello, Jeremiah. Hello, Jose. Welcome back, Johnny. Welcome back, Sal. Yes, hello, everyone. Today's party day. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Spider. Yes, thank you, Felice, for joining. Make sure you're following your host. Come on in and follow your host. Be here. Be engaging. Hello, Lucas. Hello, Diego. Hello, Kevin. Today is party day. 11 years ago today, 11 years ago today, they told me that I needed to make funeral arrangements. So come on in and party with me. I'm 11 years cancer free. I was in a wheelchair, could not walk, could not stand, but I'm standing now. Today's topic, guys. Today's topic is what you see isn't always what I see. All right, that is today's topic. So come on in, be engaging with your host, send those roses, get up in here, be a part of this, join us here, follow us here. I am here every single day, live. This is a live broadcast on the Daily Bite podcast, live stream every single day. You can shape this podcast with the topics that you would like to talk about in the health and wellness field. Just go up there and follow, grab the package that you would like to come in on and be a part of this podcast. So if you would like to be a part of this podcast, shape the topics of what we're talking about here. You've got a question, you want to be coached live, choose your package, come on in, be a part of this. But today is party day because it's 11 years today that I was told to make funeral arrangements. There was nothing more they could do for me. I'm alive and well 11 years later, cancer free. And we're going to party today. Hello, Lorenzo. Hello, 821 Adams. Hello, JT Smith. Hello, Kay Hoover. Yes. Hello, Dale. Welcome back, everyone. Make sure you're following your host. Make sure you're engaging because we're going to have a party today. And today's conversation, what you see isn't always what I see. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm about ready to lose my voice, guys, because let me tell you what, I have been partying all day today. kid you not. It is a day to celebrate, 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 right? Like I said, 11 years ago, doctors told me to make funeral arrangements. So, for those of you new who have not engaged, listen up. My name is Michelle Wells. I am a licensed nutritionist, licensed nurse, certified diabetic education specialist, certified menopause coach. None of that means jack to you, right? Not whatsoever. Titles mean nothing to anyone. I promise you that. What I do have is my story. And my story today, 11 years ago, I collapsed on the nursing floor. I was told that there was nothing more they could do for my chronic lymphocytic leukemia, and that the best thing I could do was make funeral arrangements because they were placing me on hospice care. Now, I'm going to talk about this a little bit today. We're going to get into a discussion, but if you've been here, if you've got someone suffering with that C word, if you know that your health needs to be evaluated and you need to look at a different way of how you want to do things, this is the place to be right here. So hello music guy, hello Danny, hello DJ70. I hope that's the 70s because we're rocking it. Yes, we are. Hello Arturo and Steven and Amon and Heidi. Welcome. Welcome, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Today's topic. What I see is not or what you see is not always what I see. So good afternoon. Welcome back to the Daily Bite. Today, it's not just another episode today. No, it's not. Today carries meaning. Today carries a history. And that's because today marks my 11 years since I was told to go home and make funeral arrangements. Today is that day that I was told to go home and make funeral arrangements. So 11 years ago, doctors told me there was nothing more they could do for me. Excuse me, guys, I am losing my voice. And I want to begin here today because today is very deep for me. It is just like reliving the day that they told me. I can still remember it very vividly in my mind, what exactly happened. You know, I was taken to the hospital. They had me all IV'd up. My husband had so nicely, neatly tossed all my 19 medications in a Walmart bag. And he was by my side, of course, the entire time. And they come in. Hello, Akiva. Hello, Rich. Hello, Happy Day. Hello, Raul. Thank you for joining us. Anyway, the doctors come in and they say, Miss Rawls, there's just nothing more that we can do for you. You will be placed on palliative care. We'll transition you to hospice care. And the best thing you can do is make funeral arrangements. That's the best thing you can do. That was 11 years ago today. I ripped that IV out of my arm. I said, give me my AMA paperwork. And I am out of here. I'm out. I'm done. I'm out. So they gave me my AMA paperwork, which is, if you don't know what AMA paperwork is, you never have to stay in the hospital, guys. You never have to stay. You never have to do what doctors say. You can ask for your AMA paperwork. That means that you are going against medical advice and you want out. And I wanted out. I demanded it, and we got out. We got out. We left. Thank you, Happy Day, for joining us. Make sure you're engaging with your host today. Follow your host today. I am here every single day on the Daily Bite podcast. We live stream every single day. Make sure you come in and join us and follow us here so that you get all the latest news, studies, and topics of what we're going to talk about. So, all right. So, remember, you can sign yourself out AMA of the hospital any day of the week you choose. You can go against medical advice. You can go and do and be your own at any point in time. You are never bound by a doctor. Never bound by a doctor to turn around and do as they want you to do. So I signed myself out AMA. I threw that 19 medication bag into the doctors. I threw it at the doctors, and I told them I'm out. I'm done. And I walked out. Well, I didn't walk out. I wheeled out with a wheelchair. My husband took me out, put me in the car. I went home, started growing my own food, called all the local farmers I could get my hands on, started calling throughout the 50 states, getting my hands on food that could be shipped to me overnight. So I grow all my own food, and I healed myself with food. With food, not food from the grocery stores. Guys, I haven't been in a grocery store in 11 years. I have not been in a grocery store in 11 years. Kid you not. Kid you not. No. Nope. Grow all my own food. Every bit of it. I've got a huge flourishing garden here in my home right now because it's winter time. It can't be outside, of course. And then whenever spring comes about, we'll put it out in the garden, and we'll plant it, and we'll grow in abundance. All right, guys, make sure you're following your host here today. Make sure you're tapping into that. I am here every single day. Good afternoon, James. Good afternoon, Henry. Good afternoon, Kashan. Good afternoon, Mel. Thank you for being here today. All right. So what you see is not always what I see, and what I see is not always what you see. That is today's topic. That is what we're talking about today. We live in a world where people believe they understand someone's health, right? By looking at them. Oh, yeah, judging away, right? Judging their body, judging their plates, judging their choices that they make. We do this. We do this. And unfortunately, the only person who has the right to judge us is the man upstairs. He's the one who gets that right. Good afternoon, Gregorio. Is that right, Gregorio? Did I say that right? I don't know I said that right. Gregorio, did I say that right? Hey, Dave, thank you for joining. Patriot for Life, thank you for being here. Leonard, thank you. Fancy Noob, I like it. Hey, I love some of these names. I wish I had the creativity you all have. All right. But here's the problem with today's world that we face, right? We're losing human connection. We are so disconnected. It is sad. It's really, really sad. So I'm going to tell you how I grew up really quickly so people kind of get an understanding, but of course I'm probably going to tell my age, which I don't have a problem telling my age. I'm 50. I'll be 54 in March, and believe me, we're going to party on that day too. I promise you that. We are going to party. So make sure you're following your host here today. Follow us here. I am live every single day on the Daily Bite live stream podcast. You can join us each and every day. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. All right, so let me give you an idea about how I grew up. I grew up on a farm. All right, I live in the city now, but I grew up on the farm. My farming skills are still well within me. Anyone can grow anything. I started 11 years ago in an apartment, in a 2-bedroom apartment, growing food. I had food growing everywhere, everywhere. Thank you for joining, Liz. Peanut. Thank you for joining, Richard. Anyway, here's where we've lost contact with our world, right? Is the fact that we're not out here working with our hands anymore. We're not out here putting ourselves into a community like it used to be. I can remember growing up, people, would stop by my grandma's farm and just be so, just really infatuated with how huge the garden was, with how, the food we grew. But that was the community. We knew those people, of course. They'd stop in and be like, hey, you got a great harvest this year? Like, what'd you do? What are you doing differently? All these conversations were always taking place, right? We'd go to church. We'd have those conversations in church as well. Hey, I saw that you guys are growing a really great garden. What'd you guys do this year? I mean, it was just a topic of conversation every spring, every summer. I even raised my 3 children in that garden. They know how to dig potatoes. They know how to break beans. They know how to hoe peas. They know how to do all that because that is where our food is the best nourished, is in that soil coming to the table. All right. I'm going to talk later this week about travel time on food and why you're seeing food actually deteriorate. Not just because of the chemicals that it's got in it, but we're going to talk about it, okay? All right, good afternoon. Is it Jadoka? If I said it wrong, I apologize. Sean, thank you for joining us. Masha, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I really appreciate you. Okay, so share this out, by the way. Share this out. You got people who are suffering every single day, right? Yesterday, we talked about how we identify with our disease process. It's become such an identity for us that we don't even turn around and realize we're doing it. I'm a diabetic. I'm an inflamed person. I'm a heart, patient. I'm a cardiovascular, I'm this, I'm that. That we've dug into the identity so much we don't even know who we are anymore. And that's sad. So here we go. So today, like I said, I grew up on a farm. My fingers, believe it or not, yes, these nails still get in dirt. I know my nail tech doesn't particularly care for it. He'll let me know that if he sees dirt in there, he's not going to do my nails anymore. But hey, gloves work. I'm just saying. All right, guys, let me attend to TikTok here because they are tapping me really quickly. So let me do their thing. All right, guys, go make that flash goal happen for me today. That is what TikTok is asking me to do. Go make that happen today. Make sure you're engaging with your host here. We are partying today. I am getting deep into this discussion today with you and how much we've lost human connection and how much our hands and our feet belong in dirt. We were made from dirt. We were created from dirt. So we are to be in dirt on a regular basis. Our food comes from the dirt. It comes from the root, of the trees, from the dirt. It comes from the soil up, and with things that are growing on trees, etc. But I'm just saying that is the way God asked us to be, was to grab our nourishment from the ground. Good afternoon, Daryl. Good afternoon, Carlos. Good afternoon, Tony. Thank you for joining us, guys. Thank you for being here. Make sure you're following your host and engaging. All right, guys. So again, here's what today has brought us. Today we communicate through phones, through keyboards, through gaming systems, through screens. We're so dopamine hit on such a consistent basis. We get in a story. We get in a story. We talked about this yesterday. The story that we tell ourselves is the story we live, right? If we tell ourselves that we can't get healthy, guess what? We can't get healthy because that's what we're telling ourselves. We tell ourselves we can't go work out, guess what? Can't go work out because that's the story we're telling ourselves. If you're living in your story, how do you get out? You got to step out. You got to take that scared moment and you've got to get out of that comfort zone. You got to take that step. Go to the gym. I don't like going to the gym either. I don't like being looked at. I don't like the judging eyes. But you know what? Whoo-hoo. I don't care. I don't care. I'm on a mission. I'm going to accomplish my goals. I'm going to continue to stay healthy, which is what we're here celebrating today. My 11 years of being told today to make funeral arrangements. And 11 years, here I am. I'm standing. I'm not in a wheelchair. I am still eating real food, soil to table. I don't do the grocery stores. We don't shop in the grocery stores. I don't eat grocery store food. I eat fresh from my table, from my own soil to the table. And you can too. It's a decision. Okay? I sat in my own story. I sat in my own story and said, I don't know that I can do this. I don't know that I can, get a farmer to provide me food when I need it. I don't know. But you know what? I started making phone calls. I started calling my local farmers. Hey, I need food. I need to know what you grow. How can I buy it? What can I buy? What can I get from you consistently? How can I get this overnighted to me? Can you package it up and make it happen? That is exactly what I created. And now I have a program for people to come in, get your way of how you do things, and hook you up with a local farmer and get you having good, nutritious food, not from a store. All right, guys, make sure you're engaging with your host today. If you're going to be here, please engage with your host today. All right. We're having a conversation. Be in this conversation. Follow your host today. We've got more coming. So, again, we communicate today with all the devices. We're stuck to a TV screen in some way, shape, or form, or we're stuck to a phone screen, or we're stuck to a computer screen. We're always in a screen. We're not out on that farm. We're not out in our home. We're not putting our fingers in dirt. We're not getting we're not getting a vase. Like when this candle goes down, I'll make this into a place for me to put food. I will plant seeds in here and I will grow food. I take anything I can find. Cups like this. My husband will bring me tea from the store, right? So he'll bring this to me and it's got tea in it. I don't know. It's his thing. I try not to say too much. Anyway, I will take one of these and I will grow food out of it. It's exactly what I do. You can grow food anywhere, any way, any shape, any form. You can do it. Okay. You just got to want to. Hello. Is it Katie Ann? I'm going to say Katie Ann. So if I said that correctly, let me know. If not, I apologize. JM, thank you for joining us. Ron, thank you for being here. Robert, thank you for being here. Hard to Love. Thank you for being here and joining us. Make sure you're engaging with your host today. Hey, Paul, thanks for joining us. Thank you for being here. Make sure you're engaging with your host. Thank you for being here today. All right, guys. So again, and remember, when you guys come and join, there's a nice little treat that comes back out your way. I'm just saying. All right. So when humans disconnect, right? Connection disappears, compassion goes with it. That's what happened. Compassion just goes out the door. You don't know someone's diagnosis. You don't know their trauma. You don't know their battles. You don't know what they're fighting every single day. And yet we judge. We judge. I'm not saying I don't judge because I'm just as bad. I'm just as much of a sinner as the next person. All right. I do. And I admit that 100%. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We all do it. We sit out here, we see something on the screen, and we've got something to say, right? Because we don't have a human connection anymore. We've got a dopamine hit every single moment of the day. Welcome, Richard. Welcome, Eduardo. Welcome, Duke Viper. Welcome, Kiana. Welcome, Cheech. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Me engaging with your host today, guys. Me engaging with your host. Today's topic is what you see is not what I see. All right, we're talking about today is my party day. Today is my party day. Make sure you're going up and connecting with your host today if you're going to be here, okay? All right, connect with your host. So 11 years ago today, my doctor saw a woman that they believed had reached the end of the road. They just had already wrote me off. I reached the end of their capabilities. What I saw, though, let me tell you what I saw. I saw a body that was still fighting to live. That's what I saw. I saw someone still wanting to get up, move, and live. But 11 years ago, my doctors had wrote me off. They had reached their max capacity of what they believed they could do for me. And to them, there was nothing more they could do. That's what they said 11 years ago. So that's why today is our party day. Let's go ahead. Let's turn the music up and let's dance for a moment. Let's get that body moving. Yeah. Cause he really loves me. I said, all right, guys, get your bodies moving today. Quit sitting there. Get up and move. It's a party day. Come in and join me on the party. 11 years ago today, doctors wrote me off. Bye, Michelle. And here I am. Here I am today, walking, talking, breathing, and in gratitude every single day that God gives me breath, He gives me life, He gives the ability to walk. He gave me 2 beautiful grandbabies that I get to enjoy every single day. So make sure you're engaging with your host today. Follow your host. We are live every single day right here on the Daily Bite Podcast. All right, let's continue this conversation. We've had our moment to get the bodies moving. All right, guys. So again, what doctors saw was somebody that they had reached the end with, a woman who was done, a woman who could no longer possibly function, right? She was going to the grave. That's what they said. But let me tell you what I saw. I saw a body. I saw a body still wanting to live. I saw a heart still beating. I saw blood still flowing through my veins. I saw life still within me. And what I saw was God, who had not released me from His purpose. That's what I saw. And that's why I'm here. That is what I do. Good afternoon, James. Good afternoon, Greed, Diaz, Moto G, Gary. Thank you for being here. Make sure you're engaging with your host today. All right, let me tell you what doctors saw. Doctors saw protocols, lab numbers, and limitations. That's what the doctors saw. That's what they saw. I saw possibility. That's what I saw. Absolutely, I saw possibility. Good afternoon, Mickey. Good afternoon, Michael. Thanks for being here. Good afternoon, JR. All right, so when a system that had no more answers for me, they had none. I was forced to ask a different question. So this was the question that I asked. If God created this body, That's the question I asked. If God created this body, then why was I so far removed from honoring the way he designed it? That's where this all began. And that all started the day that the doctors told me to make funeral arrangements. That was the question that I asked myself. My husband was like, why are you asking that? Like, why is this a topic? He had all these questions for me. In fact, he thought I was crazy. He really believed the doctors. I was going to the grave. Boy, I had him fooled. I'm here 11 years later, still being a pain in his tail end. That's okay. He's mine too. All right, guys. So again, thank you for joining me this afternoon. My name is Michelle Rawls. I'm a licensed nutritionist, nurse, diabetic education specialist, and a certified menopause coach. And we meet every day out here on the Daily Bite live stream. You can shape this podcast every single day. Go up there, choose your package, and come on in. Come on in with your question. Let's get it answered. Good afternoon, Randall. Thanks for being here and joining us back. Thank you, Whoopi and Steve. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. All right, so let me say this with real clarity and with all due respect, okay? We were never meant to rely on long-term medication as the foundation for our health. We were never meant for that. That is not the way God designed us. That's not the way he created this world. That is not how this was supposed to be. It was supposed to be temporary. Temporary. Medication has a role for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. It can stabilize. It can intervene in a crisis, but it was never meant to replace our nourishment. Never meant to replace our nourishment whatsoever. Good afternoon, GBC. Good afternoon. Thanks for being here. Make sure you're engaging with your host. Go ahead, guys, and make sure that you are tapping this individual right here. This one right here. Go in there and make sure you're following that person right there, okay? They're tapped right there. Go ahead and do that. Don't miss that opportunity, all right? All right, so again, medication was never meant to be a replacement for nourishment. God didn't create us and then forget to provide us for our bodies. Okay? He gave us soil. He gave us seed. He gave us food from the ground. Healing begins at the table. All right? And the table is where it began, in the soil, right? That table began at the soil, unless you got a metal table. Okay? So, and I don't know all the dynamics and chemistry of that. But anyway, I have a wooden table. It came from the soil. All right. But we stopped returning to the soil. That's the problem. And that is our conversation. Today we're facing things that should stop us and make us question everything. All the way our food is made, all the things in the industry. I mean, guys, we've got fire retardant chemicals in our food. And our government says, a little bit doesn't hurt. It makes it all good. Our bodies weren't designed for that. That's not what our bodies were designed for. We've got 3D printed meat now. We've got engineered food. We've got chemical additives designed for profit, right? This is all designed for profit, not for nourishment. Okay? You love it. You keep buying it. They keep making it. Ooh, they love that, right? And as long as we keep buying it, they're going to keep making it. And you're going to come back and you're going to say, but how else do I eat? If I don't go to the grocery store and I don't go get this food from a box, from a package that's wrapped in plastic, that is in a can, that's been bleached, that's packaged in plastic bags, how do I eat? Go get your farmers. Go get your local farmers. Get into my group coaching program, and it's only $27. $27. Come out on my group coaching program. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. We meet every Friday at 11 a.m., by the way, if everybody's, wanting to know. 11 a.m. on Friday. Go up there and be engaging with your host, everyone. Good afternoon, Cardinal Silver. Good afternoon, Walk Down. Good afternoon, 110 Med. Hey, thanks, guys, so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. But here's the thing. We wonder why disease is actually on the rise. Because everything that is in our food is what is not designed for our body. It is absolutely not meant to be for our body. Your body doesn't recognize it. It's not recognizing that food as nourishment. Today's food only has 37 to 40% nutritional value to it. Now, being someone raised from the farm who had 100% nutrition from the soil to the table, that's a huge decrease. Very big. Good afternoon, Big Chaz. Good afternoon, Deontay. Deontay, did I say that right? Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being here. So when the body can't recognize what it's being fed, it responds with inflammation, imbalance, and guess what? It starts to break down. And that is exactly what we've got. People's bodies are breaking down. We're eating that food from the store. Convenience. It's convenient. We don't want to take the time to actually cook food. We don't want to take that time to 30 minutes to pull fresh food from our local grocers who are local growers. We're not wanting to take that time. It's too much time. We've got kids in sports. You know, I've got two grandbabies, one in football. One does football, one does soccer, and I'm sorry, he does football, soccer, and baseball. And then I've got the other grandbaby that does baseball and soccer. We're busy. We're on the go. I still cook their food fresh, fresh, every single day. And you know what? I had another nutritionist this weekend that literally wrote back and said, "You must be so privileged." I'm not privileged. Nowhere near am I privileged. I'm a small town farm girl. I'm from the country. I literally have to watch how I speak in the city because people look at me and say, "What's that accent?" Because I have that southern draw. And I really do have it. I try very, very hard not to put it out there. I've worked on this for years, guys. I'll be 54 in March, okay? I've worked on it a really long time. When you work for the governor and you work for politics, that southern drawl, well, it really doesn't benefit you at all. Let me just tell you. All right, guys, here we go. Let's finish this conversation today because I've got another party to go to because today's party day. Today's party day. So thank you, every single one of you, for taking time out of your day. We're not finished with the conversation, but I do want to say thank you for taking time out of your day. Thank you so much for being here, spending it with me on my 11-year anniversary. I really, really appreciate you all. You guys are a blessing, and I'm so grateful for you. All right, so remember, when the body can't recognize what's it's being fed, and it turns it into inflammation, or it starts breaking down the body, or it starts becoming imbalanced, it's not a failure, okay? It's your body communicating with you. It's telling you. So if you're hearing your body or you're feeling your body, I hope you're paying attention. But these are things that I teach on the Daily Plate over at on Fridays at 11 a.m. Central. So if you want to be a part of the Daily Plate, get up in there and tap into the Daily Plate. Come and join us at 11 a.m. every Friday and get your own set of nutrition plans, get your own recipes, get your own. I have two functional medicine doctors in my Daily Plate who you can also have an opportunity to ask questions and get your health moving in the direction that you want it to. Good afternoon, Bobby. Thank you for being here. Make sure you guys are connecting with your host. Go connect with your host today. Be engaging if you're going to be here. Go connect and follow with your host today. All right, guys, so here is the perception that becomes harmful. People judge bodies without understanding the biology. They judge food without understanding soil. They judge illness without understanding the stress, the toxins, the trauma, the depletion, and judgment creates shame. We're all so good to sit behind this keyboard. We sit behind this keyboard and we just type away about how we feel or what we think or we've got an opinion. I won't say about opinions, but anyway, you know the story, right? Everybody's got one. Okay, there you go. All right, so shame disconnects people from healing. Shame keeps people silent and shame keeps people stuck. And that is really what the doctors were trying to do in every way, shape, or form. Keep me right where they wanted me. Let me tell you what, there's a lot of money in someone being placed on hospice care. You have no idea. No idea. Unless you work in the industry, You have no idea how much money you're worth dying. You're worth a lot. You're worth a lot of money. Maybe one day I'll make that a podcast and we'll have that conversation. That's a conversation you'd like to have. Get up in there, choose that package for that conversation, and I'll make it happen. I'll run it down. I will give you those details. Let's see if anybody has that curiosity and interest. If so, we'll do that. All right, so healing, it requires connection. If you want to heal, if you want to treat, if you want to prevent chronic illness and disease, connect with me. Connect with me right here because I'm going to show you how to do it. All right, join my daily plate every Friday, 11 a.m. Join the daily plate. It's $27. Join the daily plate. Let me show you how to heal. Healing requires connection. Healing requires education. Healing requires community. You need to be in this community. I have the most lovingest community. I've been in a lot of communities, and I might be maybe a little biased because it's my community, but I have seen as the beginning of this year, just, 14 days into the year, I have seen so much love in my community for people actually coming in and supporting and loving on each other in our community here at Show Me Nourish. It's just been amazing, amazing to watch. I've had people who've wanted to give up, and before I can get to that conversation, my community here at Show Me Nourish has just blossomed and supported and loved on that individual because they wanted to quit. And you know what? They didn't quit. They didn't quit. You want to know why? Because everybody has understood my mindset shift that I provide you in your teaching and education here at the Daily Plate every Friday, and they helped her shift her mind. She's doing so well, so well. That's what we do here. No one heals in isolation. We heal in community connection and education. That's how we heal. Learning how to heal, treat, and prevent chronic illness and disease processes. That's what we do here. All right, guys. So 11 years ago, I was told to prepare to die. Just prepare to die. You need to go make funeral arrangements. That was their exact words. I quote them every time. Michelle, there's nothing more that we can do for you here. There is nothing more. We've reached out everywhere. The best thing that you can do is we're going to place you on palliative care. We'll transition you to hospice care. And when you pass away, the best thing you can do, Michelle, is you just need to make funeral arrangements. Quote unquote. There you go. 5 doctors all said it. Here I am 11 years later, and we're partying it on. All right, guys, today I'm here to tell you this. This is what I'm here to say. Healing does not always begin with prescriptions. Okay? We weren't meant to be on prescriptions forever. Sometimes it begins with understanding food. Sometimes it begins with returning to the soil. Sometimes it begins with learning how to nourish the body, which is what I'm here to teach you today and continue teaching you here on the Daily Bite. Like I said, you can be a part of the Daily Bite. You can go and choose a package and come in with your question or get a live coaching session right here, right? The body was designed to be nourished by real food. And that's exactly why I created the Daily Plate, so that you can come in and you can understand how to grow food anywhere, any place, apartment, 1 bedroom, house, all over. I can show you how to grow food so that you are feeding yourself, your family, not depending on the grocery stores. Okay? That is why I'm here. It's not judgment. It's not quick fixes. This is a one step at a time. All right. This is a group coaching program with education, community, support. There's 2 functional medicine doctors in there loving on you, giving you support. Understanding what your body is communicating to you is vitally important. Learning how to eat in alignment with healing is also important. Rebuilding your health one decision at a time, not multiple decisions at a time, one decision at a time. That's important. And stop walking. Excuse me, guys. I'm getting dry. Stop walking this journey alone. Quit taking the journey alone. Come on into our group coaching. Be a part of that. It's Friday at 11 a.m. Central. Make that commitment. Be here for you and your health. That's important. You don't have health, you don't have wealth. Bottom line. Good afternoon, Valentino, Ruben, and Hardat. Thank you for being here. Good afternoon, Night. Thank you for joining us. So if today's episode has resonated with you at all, if you're tired of guessing, tired of being judged, tired of being disconnected, you want to be a part of a community, you're tired of doing this on your own, you're ready to take it on, I invite you to come to the Daily Plate. It's every Friday at 11 a.m. Come back to the table, come back to the soil, come back to a community. Quit being disconnected. Be connected. Learn how to connect with others. Rely on them for support. Buddy up. We go through all of this during my daily plate. You will have a buddy in the daily plate. There will be a buddy. You will have a buddy. Yep, you will be responsible for each other inside there. It's a great opportunity to meet people. It's a great opportunity for you to actually have the support and love that you get to connect, you get to grow, and you get to put your health back where you want it to be. It's your design. All I do is guide you, coach you through it. That's all I do. All right, healing is still possible. It's one bite at a time, one choice at a time. Together. Together we can do this. Good afternoon, Kurt. Good afternoon. Is it Butre? And good afternoon, Olvet Gaming. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Make sure you're connecting with your host. All right, guys, I will open this up for a few minutes of questions. Do we have questions? Let's put them in the comments. Let's get them answered. Do we have questions this afternoon? All right, guys. Well, remember, this was your daily bite for today. Healing one bite at a time. See you back tomorrow at 10 a.m.